You say you want to start, you have the tools, the vision, the to-do list, but for some reason you keep putting it off. And the worst part is you blame yourself. You call it lazy, unmotivated, undisciplined, inconsistent, but I'm here to tell you it's not laziness. Procrastination is not a flaw, it is a flag. And today we are going to talk about what's really going on. Hi, friend. Welcome back to the Sunny Side Up podcast. My name is Olivia Janelle, and I'm incredibly grateful for you to be here today. If procrastination has been silently running the show in business and personal life, this episode is for you. Because this isn't about productivity hacks or time management tips, although those are very important. It's about getting honest with what is underneath delay. And when you finally face it, everything changes once you start to realize that it's not the procrastination. It's not that I'm unmotivated. It's not that I'm inconsistent. It is because there is an unconscious program that is running the show. There's a few different layers that we're going to go into it. And if this is like your first time, I personally feel that this is going to land. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so why you're actually procrastinating. Procrastination isn't about being lazy. It's often rooted in fear of failure, fear of success, perfectionism, lack of clarity, and unresolved trauma that also leads into other areas, like I guess you could say like other different crevices. So in essence, when your nervous system associates action with danger, criticism, rejection, disappointment, you often avoid it. You're not broken. You're protecting yourself in the only way that you know how. But the protection is holding you back. And I love how, damn, I didn't know that I was going to get emotional again. Here we go. But what I was going to say is if I were to really sit back and I'm looking at all the different chapters of my life and how aligned they are, is insane. But by like me stepping into my personal development journey in 2024 was the time that I decided to do something different. I started to understand I'm not crazy. All of the things that I've imagined, even being in here, I visioned it, right? And this will all make sense. When I'm looking at the procrastination and the reasons why like I'm sharing these things is because I have gone through it myself. It's so funny. I'll talk to my therapist and I'm like, I wake up a brand new bitch every single day. And I say that to say, hold on, before we get into some judgment. I don't care. I was just telling her like I wake up a brand new bitch every single day is because I'm constantly working on myself. If you're not learning, you're dying. If you're not growing, you're dying. The reason why I shared those points right there is because I want you to know that you are in the best hands possible. Just like me, when I sat in a room, when I was trying to decide, like, should I go into this mentorship? Should I do this? I was like, you have either two decisions. Either you're going to change, you're going to grow, or you're going to go back to the old life. And I know what that old life looks like. You have to change the person that you are today, the person who got you here. We can honor that person, right? But in order for you to change, the same person that goes into it can't be in the same energy, the same mindset. Because I think for me, the unhealed trauma, I didn't realize that I was stuffing it. And I didn't realize that my actions every single day, my unconscious program, I didn't realize that how much of it was actually running the show. And like, because of that, it did not allow me to continue to create content. So, for example, I've started creating content in 2015, right? And go through life, whatever, whatever. This is for another day. But during 2024, I was thinking to myself, I was like, okay, let's start the podcast. All right, great. Started the podcast. made 2 episodes. That was it. And I look back and I'm like, okay, Olivia, why did that not happen? It's definitely because there's an unconscious program that's going on, and that was holding me back. To where we fast forward to this year, 2025, I relaunched my podcast and I'm starting to make more of an impact because I healed those certain wounds. I healed those voids that I had internally because it is an internal game first before it's an external reality. So don't play with yourself, okay? Actually heal because there's actually something that's going on, whether you don't feel safe or not. That is your nervous system will constantly tell you that every single day. So like when you do come up to a decision on like, oh, I want to create my personal brand, I want to create a business, but you know what? I'm feeling, what are people going to think of me? There's different things that go on there. But the reason why is because those are the unconscious beliefs that happen when you were a child. So for me, for example, the fear of being seen is because I was unseen when I was a kid. But that's still stuck in my nervous system. Because I was not seen as a child, being seen on the internet and being seen in amongst peers, my nervous system is in shock because I never experienced that before. But because I understand why, I'm able to navigate and actually show up online. That may seem like it's like an easy journey, but it's really not. So, what is the hidden cost of delay? Every time you delay action, you're not just pushing the task, you're delaying your becoming. You're postponing confidence, momentum, growth. The longer you avoid the thing, the more power you give to it. And that's a trap. You start to think this, if I can't even do this, maybe I'm not meant for more. And that, my friend, is a lie. It's a lie. It's fear whispering in your ear to keep you safe because that's really what it's designed to do. And that's what's keeping you alive. But here's the thing about the fear whispering into your ear is if you consciously know that it's a lie and you consciously know that you're fully capable of doing anything that you want to do, then you're gonna do it. You're thinking to yourself, okay, I have this awareness, Olivia. Now, what am I doing with it? I got a solution for you. How can you shift into align action? Here's what I tell my clients in the foundation: clarify what you actually want, not what you think you should want. There's a difference here, and this is truthfully important. If you don't have a clear understanding of what it is that you actually want, not like, oh yeah, maybe I will like that. Like, no. No, 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 no. One thing about life and one thing about my life is that I'm not going to play with it. Okay. And you shouldn't either. So clarify what you actually want. And that can go for business, relationships, personal, professional, romantic. And the next step that you need to do is break the shame spiral. You don't need to fix yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. You just need to be able to support yourself. The next thing is to do a 2-minute micro action rule. So you can adopt this within yourself. Do a micro action that signals movement. So for example, I'm just going to give you something very simple. So your house, for instance, for example, you often have to clean your house, right? Maybe possibly once a week, just a quick tidy. For me, that it's literally a quick tidy because I made it nearly impossible for me to, in essence, like trash my place, like, because definitely that's not going to happen, right? So, by setting myself up a system of, okay, make sure that everything has a place and everything is in its place. If you dedicate one day for tidying up, like vacuuming, for example. I know this is very simple. I know this is not going to be a forever thing for me, but this is like the best example that I can share with you without going into detail of like your life and stuff. If you want and you're interested in like really uncovering all of this, the foundations is down in the description box below. You can find out more about that. You can also shoot me a DM too. But you use this 2-minute rule to do a task that signals movement. And once your brain and your nervous system understands, all right, it's safe to move. okay, you start to believe that it's okay to start taking action. But if you don't understand, like if you don't take that first like little step, those little things are actually the most important. Everybody wants this big huge scheme of, "Oh, I got to do this big thing." Like no, you don't have to. You truly don't. Although, granted, like your business and like you're going to get there. I'm going to get there. You're going to have this huge thing. But if you are unable to do that one little thing, your nervous system is going to signal that you're not safe. But, friend, you are. And the next one, time block your energy, not just your calendar. Schedule your flow, not your force. This is so freaking important because, yes, you have your things that you have to get done, right? But of course, I don't really like to tell my students, you have to do something. It's more like a you get to do something. So, with that being said, of course, those are the things that we have to do. We do have to work, etc. All of those things, right? We have to take care of the kids if you have kids. But one of the other things is too is that you have to take some time for yourself. But if you continue to pour out into other people, what's going to happen? Your cup is not going to be full, and you need to be full in order for you to overflow into other areas. So remember to time block your energy, not just your calendar. And the next one, and this one's really important, celebrate your small wins, because once you start to celebrate your small wins, one, you get more confidence on the thing that you're actually doing. And two, it's because progress is identity building. One of the biggest influences within somebody's life is their identity. So if you are somebody who identifies as winning, then all you're going to do is win. These things, they do sound so simple, but yet we fall victim of the procrastination. We fall victim of, I'm just inconsistent. We fall victim of procrastination, imposter syndrome, or the best one is that I don't deserve this. But in actuality, you do. This is so good. I'm so excited just to be here. You have no idea. Okay, anyways, we're going to keep on going. And most importantly, I want you to ask yourself this very important question. What part of me is scared right now? And what does he or she need at the moment? And how can I lead he or she with love? That's the real shift. No force, no hustle, just compassionate self-leadership. That is the most important piece of all of this, because once you actually understand all of this stuff, you start to stop procrastinating your life. Yes, I'm talking to you. And I'm also talking to a past version of myself. So if this hit home, you're meant for more. And that version of you, he or she is on the other side of consistent self-honoring action. This is the exact work that I guide all of my students in the foundation, my monthly coaching container where we rebuild your self-trust, reconnect you with your voice, and create aligned visibility from the inside out. You're not behind. You just need to stop abandoning yourself. So let's begin. If you would like to learn more about the Foundations coaching program, please check out the description box below. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. If this episode spoke to you, please share it with somebody who's stuck too. And if you haven't already, please follow this channel or subscribe to this podcast. Please leave a review, leave a comment in the section down below, and let's just keep growing together. Until next time, keep choosing yourself, keep shining, and always stay sunny side up.